Record in here. And there goes the encoder. And you're good to go.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Trash Pandas. I'm Lindsay, and this is my co-host,
Lauren. Hello.
So, last week we took the week off because I had some major exciting news. I bought a house, and
Woo!
We were closing that day, so sorry for the week off, but we are here to recap everything 90 Day for the past 2 weeks, so you will not have missed too much. So Lauren, what have you been watching this week besides 90 Day, obviously?
So I have a couple of things I've been watching. There is a free streaming service called Pluto TV, and on their MTV one, they've been playing all of like the original seasons of Real World, which have been amazing to go back through. I had no clue that like they had jobs and they had cars during this thing. That's not how I remember Real World, but yeah, it's actually pretty interesting to watch that. And they also have a 24-hour stream of Mystery Science Theater, which is fantastic. Love it. You guys got to watch it if you didn't watch it before, but I'm sure a lot of you have.
Wait, Real World, the first season, was that Seattle?
I think it was Seattle, actually. Okay. I don't remember what it was because I watched like 5 seasons and like.
The one that vividly stands out in my mind from 90s days is New Orleans. The New Orleans cast.
Was that the one with Genesis?
I don't remember.
Okay, so there's like a bunch of seasons that I remember very vividly, and one of them was Las Vegas, and there was I
don't remember that one at all.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know why I remember these specific ones.
Right, like why did you block out some of it? And then like, why did some of it stick with you? It's so bizarre.
It's just like how much trash level there was per season makes me go, oh yeah, I remember that. There was a girl named Trishelle in the Las Vegas one.
Yes, oh my God! Now
she was the Las
remember.
Vegas one. She was like, you know, the house.
How do you forget
whore.
A name like Trishelle?
I know.
Oh
Loved
my God.
it.
She was the house whore. Man, Real World was like introduction to everything trash that we watch now. Like Real World was like a game changer.
It's like Real World, and then there was Road Rules.
Oh, Road Rules.
And then eventually they did like the challenge, you know, and like Real World versus
MTV
Road Rules.
is rebooting the challenge.
I saw that.
Yeah, they're doing the challenge, and they have some of them that like they're like now like in their mid 40s. Like going on the challenge, and I'm like, how are you not gonna die?
Right.
With like all these
you
young
can run a marathon,
like
while strapped to bricks with like alligators chasing behind you. Like they do all kinds of crazy shit. I'm like, what the fuck?
The challenge is pretty good. Yeah, I miss those shows. I might have to go back and rewatch those.
It's so good, but it's a free streaming service, Pluto TV, so you can watch it anytime, and it's really fucking good.
That's really cool.
And then the last thing that I've been watching a lot of, and I was binging, was they rebooted Unsolved Mysteries.
Oh yeah,
which is like an all-time favorite.
Yeah,
you know, and they kept the like creepy, shitty like opening music. Which was fantastic.
That music haunted me as a child. Like, I knew when I heard that music, like, turn the channel because this stuff is creepy. But no, I was a little, like, murderino at the time. So I was like, yes, all this shit is so creepy. But I was super creeped out by it, like, as a kid. Like, probably shouldn't have been watching all that stuff. But, yeah, so I watched the first episode with you. And, it's good. It's interesting. I hope there are some cases I haven't finished watching, but there are definitely some cases that I really hope they hit on. Like we were talking about Elisa Lam case.
Yeah.
Which if you guys don't know and you guys are into creepy murders and like unsolved total mystery, look up Elisa Lam, Los Angeles. I forget the name of the hotel. An old shady hotel in Los Angeles. Anyways, so they have like the last known video footage of her is in an elevator, and it looks like she's like playing like hide and go seek with somebody, but you never see the other person. And then it looks like she gets scared and like goes back into the elevator, but then you don't see anything like Nobody gets in the elevator with her, nothing. So she goes missing, and a few, like, I don't know if it was a few weeks or a few days later, people that were staying in the hotel started complaining of the taste and the scent of the water
Oh God.
in the hotel. So it prompted them to go up to the water tanks on top of the hotel, these huge like cement water tanks with these big heavy lids on top. And they like push back the lid and they find her body in there. And but like the mystery is like, how the hell did she get in there? Because there was like no way to get up there, like for normal like people staying in the hotel, there was like no way for you to find your way up there. And then the fact that like, how did she then
Close it.
did she get in the
closed it.
tank and then close it over her? But then it's like this huge heavy lid, so it's like, how did she do that? It must have been foul play. But it's a really creepy case. If you guys are interested in that kind of stuff, I have a bunch of those kinds of cases because I love that stuff. Like, what the hell happened? Like, what happened to this girl? Like, how did that? It doesn't make any, like, your brain can't make like logical sense out of it.
There's no way to make any sense of it. And the
Right.
thing is that with unsolved mysteries, it's like a lot of them are about like missing people and like, you know, unsolved, you know, cases of people going missing, but they do have one that is about abductions. Like alien abductions. So I was super excited to see that. I won't ruin anything. I'll let you guys watch it, but it was really good. I enjoyed the reboot. If you haven't watched it, do it.
Yeah,
it's
no,
so
I love that kind of stuff. So
they didn't bring back, obviously, I think the guy's dead, obviously, but like they don't have like a narrator. They don't have like a creepy narrator.
Which was one of the best parts in my opinion. Like, I miss his voice, like that, like
yeah,
deep,
he has that like mysterious.
Yeah, like, and then,
on this episode,
right.
You know, like
Tammy was walking down a dark alleyway when blah blah blah. It's like, I miss that voice. That narration is just great. He has like a voice like Keith Morrison where you like just remember it.
It's almost like it's not super deep, but it's deep and it's kind of like grainy.
Yeah,
sounding,
like
you know, it's
yeah.
He's got that like, you know, perfect like, oh, creeper.
Yeah, it's good.
So I like definitely watch it. It was pretty good. So
Hamilton.
Guys,
need we say more?
So good. Please watch it.
So
Disney Plus.
I have not watched the Disney Plus version yet because I saw it live. Yeah, I know. I'm a lucky.
I know, we're jealous. We're all jealous.
But I mean, Hamilton's a game changer. It's amazing. I can't say enough good things about it. We were talking about if you are on Twitter, you probably saw the trending like cancel Hamilton that went out, and a lot of people had gripes with the fact of like glorifying these founding fathers that had owned slaves and were pretty terrible people. And yes, absolutely 100%, I agree with that. But you also have to look at the side where another really important thing that Hamilton did was like the Black and person of color like representation in Broadway. I mean, to have a cast that's majority people of color and the creator is a person of color, like, to have that representation is just such a game changer. You know, and it opened up a lot of people who would otherwise not watch a normal I shouldn't say normal, but wouldn't watch a Broadway musical. It piqued their interest. Right. So I think that's really cool that Hamilton opened up those doors, and to kind of like reclaim the history, like, we're gonna portray our founding fathers through a majority Black cast, like, is awesome, and use hip hop to do it. Yeah, is so cool. So yeah, there are problems with Hamilton. It's not perfect. It was created by a person, and a flawed person, and talking about these flawed founding fathers, and, you know, but that is history. That is what happened in this country. And so I think it's all really interesting. And sorry, I'm just like totally talking.
Totally
like,
fine.
Word vomit because I love Hamilton so much. But the other really cool thing is it got people interested in learning the actual history. So like they may have seen something that happened in Hamilton, and I know so many people that went back and were like, I want to read about that because was that the way it really was? And so they're now reading about history. Like, yes, educate the masses.
Educate the masses, right,
yes,
exactly.
Like, this is, I mean, you know, how many pieces of entertainment like have that inspiration in them that makes people go out and research and learn like that. I just think it's really cool. I love it. So
our friend Tammy says another thing that Hamilton did that was great is break down the traditional barriers between stage and audience, which is absolutely true.
Yes, very
I
true.
I love musical theater in general, and I grew up with a mother who was very, very into musical theater. And I was literally in theaters all the time. They would do lights, and my mom would do, you know, costumes and hair and makeup and everything. So I grew up on the theater, and like, I think that something I love about Hamilton is that it's a different type of musical, and it shows people that musicals can evolve too with like interests and genres that the younger generations are interested in. It doesn't have to be an opera. It doesn't have to be
it doesn't have to fit this certain musical mold. It can, there's room for other people, there's room for other stories, there's room for other genres. You just have to embrace that. I mean, it's really Hamilton. You can't deny its genius and like what it's done for culture in general. Also, you forgot to mention that we grew up roller skating around a basement singing Jesus Christ Superstar.
And Phantom of the Opera.
And Phantom of the Opera and Grease.
Yeah. I think that the two of us would like act out.
We are nerds.
Musical theater is definitely in our blood.
My family is a big fan of Les Miserables, so I mean,
I think my mom has taken me a couple of times to see Les Mis.
Yeah.
And you know what we were also talking about earlier is just that all of the musicals that we ever go to, you know, you can grow up listening to the soundtrack. I definitely, as a child, would hear the soundtracks before I would ever see the actual shows.
Yes.
And once you see it, it just changes the way that everything, like the meaning of everything and the way that you feel about each song. And it becomes like something that you're like, it's enticing, you know, it's definitely something that you start to really feel, and it draws you in.
We were discussing that with Hamilton because both of us had listened to it before seeing it, and when I saw it, I didn't fully realize the relationship between Hamilton and Angela Schuyler, who was Eliza's sister. And I didn't realize like that little love triangle there until I saw the play, and I had heard the musical, but then seeing it, I was like, exactly. Okay, this makes sense. Like,
there's a musical,
so good.
There's a musical that I used to listen to when I was a kid. It's called Chess, and I'm pretty sure it's Sondheim. It might be Tim Rice, but I have no clue. Don't even quote me on that. But Chess is a really great musical. I love all the music. I would sing it all the time. Never saw it. And then I finally, like, one day was like, I'm going to YouTube it. And I watched it and I was like, this changes everything. I had no clue that they were actually talking about chess.
Right.
Like, they were literally like a musical
it was
about
a
playing chess. Oh my God. I was a kid, you know what I mean? But as an adult, like, I didn't even think about it. I just sang the songs. And then I was like, oh my God, they're actually just crazy shit. You know what I mean? Like,
go see a musical.
It'll
change your life.
For real. Well, you know, you can't right now, but Broadway is basically canceled now.
Go stream Hamilton. There you go.
Stream Hamilton and check out some YouTube musicals, because I'm pretty sure that, I'm not sure if it's ended already, but I think Andrew Lloyd Webber
was releasing a musical every Friday.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it's on YouTube. So go on, watch some musicals.
Go watch Joseph
educate
and
yourself.
The Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Oh my God, so good.
Great soundtrack.
You can skip Cats, though.
Skip Cats.
It's not that good.
And don't watch the movie.
And don't watch the movie.
Don't watch the movie.
I don't care who's in it.
Jennifer
that you thought was
Hudson, Taylor Swift, they're all great. Not in Cats.
good. I don't think there's a lot of people that can
Cats
redeem
is so
Cats.
creepy.
It's the weirdest.
It's so creepy. Anyways, okay. So
Let's get into it.
Let's get into it. We want to briefly talk about 90 Day Happily Ever After. We haven't done all of these episodes, but we kind of just want to touch on it because if you follow 90 Day like us, you are very aware, you know these couples. So Happily Ever After focuses on after they get their visa to stay because they've gotten married or they've gotten married and are now separated, like Larissa and Colt.
Yeah.
But that's what Happily Ever After focuses on. So the first couple, Asuelu and Kalani.
From the get-go, during their season that they were on 90 Day Fiancé, I thought that they were a mess. Like, I actually did not expect them to actually go through with getting married. So when it came down to it, I was like shocked.
See, I think the season that they were on, 90 Day Fiancé, like the original one, there was something so endearing about Asuelu, and
She's a bitch though.
But now I don't think she is.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, Asuelu needs to man up or get out. Like, so she went to Samoa and got pregnant after she lost her virginity to Asuelu, and he then came over to the States, had the baby. Like a couple weeks before she gets married, realizes she's pregnant again. So they now have 2 babies under 2 years old, which I can't even imagine like the stress and like how rough that must be.
Hard work.
And now all we see is like Asuelu is like, it's woman's work. Like he doesn't even say woman, he says girl. It's girl's work. I'm a boy. Like, really, dude? Really? Like, maybe in Samoan culture, like that's how it is, but then men are out earning and he's like barely earning, barely doing anything. And he like then has the balls to say to Kalani, like, oh, what you do is easy.
Yeah.
Like, okay, even if you do believe in those gender roles, like, then don't go on to insult your wife and tell her that, like, what she does is easy. Like, then you do it.
So
if it's so easy.
When I was watching it, the thing is that at first I was like, oh, okay, I understand what he's saying. It was just misinterpreted because he says it's easy, but then later on they're talking and he says, well, you know, if you have dirty dishes, you put them in the dishwasher, it's a machine, it does it. And then if you have a kid, you put them in front of the TV, watch this. If you do, so he was saying like everything in America is like machines, you know, like you can literally just kind of, it's like the ease of
like
putting stuff in a machine
Samoa,
and it takes care
you
of
hand
it.
wash your clothes.
Exactly.
And you have to entertain your child all
so
day.
At first I was like, oh, he's not really saying that it's easy. He's just saying that it's easier. And then
he like doubles down on it.
He doubles down on it, exactly. And he starts saying that, you know, it's that women's work in general is very easy. And I was like, all right, now you're an asshole. You know what I mean? Like taking care of 2 children, regardless of whether or not you have a TV and whatever else, like taking care of a child is difficult.
Last episode, they went to go see a doctor and it was a female doctor. And he was like shocked that it was a female doctor. I'm like, dude, you've been living in America for a year now.
Yeah.
Like, you haven't noticed that women don't just stay at home. Like, women have jobs. Like,
you know, like,
I just don't understand. It's like,
stuff.
where is the disconnect? Like, I guess I could understand if like you had first came over, but your wife went to, you know, prenatal care. Like, you guys have seen doctors, you've been in a hospital, you had babies in hospitals. You didn't realize that women were doctors, like, after being here for a year? Like, I don't know. Like, see, that's the thing.
It
it's
just
like,
doesn't make,
at first it was like excusable and it was almost like endearing. Like, oh, like he's just getting used to the culture, but he's still super cute and like he cares about Kalani and blah, 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 blah. And now it's just like, no, like you're being awful. awful to her.
And then in front of her mom,
Oh my
too,
God,
which I was like,
And
oh my God.
and Kalani's dad is Samoan. So I don't know. It just seems like a total disconnect because it seems like Kalani's dad is totally different than Asuelo, even though they're from, I mean, that's like stereotyping, but it seems like he is way more what is the word I'm looking for? Like I mean, he raised these like really strong independent women who
Sure,
didn't
yeah.
hold those Samoan values. You know what I'm saying? And like Asuelo just seems like completely like gender role driven and just like shocked at the fact that
I guess like if like just as the gender role driven thing,
Yeah.
it's like I guess if you guys have talked about that and you're okay with that,
Right.
then
that's fine.
fine, whatever's good for you.
But it doesn't seem that way.
But it's not that way.
Right.
And so it's like, but you know, I almost want to be like, well, you should expect some sort of like disconnect on that level because you guys are from two very different cultures.
Absolutely.
But he should be and she should be open to talking about that
Yeah.
and trying to like come to some sort of an agreement on it. And I think that this is one of those situations where that might not be possible. I think he's very dead set in the way that he feels. And I think that what he said was really hurtful to her.
Yeah.
And it's hard to come back from things like that.
If he said that to me, I wouldn't.
Yeah, I'd be like, okay, bye.
Ooh, bye. You're going on a plane.
You can go
bye.
now.
But
going on a plane.
bye. I don't care where you go. Not here.
Just a plane.
But just a plane. Go. But the one time I did feel bad for him was in a scene from this last episode, and they were like in an argument, and he was basically saying like, I don't know the language well enough to articulate. He didn't use the word articulate, but basically what he was saying is like to articulate what I'm feeling. And that did make me feel a little bad for him. Like, okay, that has to suck. Like not being able to like fully communicate because you don't know the language. So you can't really say what you truly mean. So is it like, some of me is like, yes, I'm sure these are things he believes, but like, I'm sure if he could express himself, it would maybe come off a little different and maybe a little more understandable. Like, I don't know. I just like, I'm like, why don't you guys get that friggin' like stupid translator thing that like Jihoon and Devin use?
And it was like, so shoddy too. We'll talk about that.
Yeah,
sure.
We're getting there. Okay, next couple. Michael and Angela. Why is Angela likable this season? Like,
yeah, she suddenly is.
Oh my God, I'm like, all of a sudden TLC is giving her some good edits or something. Maybe they realize like
she's too hard to work with when she doesn't get good at it.
Or
like, I'm taking off my microphone right now, Michael.
God damn it, Michael.
I am not your elder.
I can't tote a baby from Michael.
Oh my God. I can't.
My pregnancy announcement. That's what it's going to be. I'm toting a baby.
I'm toting a baby. It's going to be a picture of her with a cigarette hanging out of her mouth with her like laser marks. She's got to have the laser marks.
And my dirty ass bra like hanging out of a tank top. Cause with like a wallet and a cell phone stuck in my bra. Cause she totally pulls a Grandma Walker and does that.
My God. Oh my God.
So anyways, Angela, I don't know her story. Like, I've hated Angela for the past.
We were saying get rid of Angela.
I'm like, bye. Like, this story is so tired, whatever. And then all of a sudden, like, they made her human. Like, her mom is dying, and that is like, I mean, you see the human side to her because all this time you've just seen like this cartoon character basically. Like, she's just so outrageous and like so nutso butso. But like when you see like what she's dealing with, it like humanizes her like completely. It makes her like so likable. It's weird. It's weird. Like now I'm rooting for them. Like I'm like, yeah, you go to Nigeria, girl. You marry Michael. Like
Michael.
I'm like, I don't know.
Oh
It's
my
weird.
God.
And like, I don't know. Like I think they are a real couple. Like
They are. I
I
you know what?
definitely think he loves her.
I was so skeptical for multiple seasons.
Yeah.
Multiple seasons. And now I've literally come to terms with the fact that they're an actual couple.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
you guys, you've made it this many seasons.
But it was so cute too. Like she tried on her wedding dress in front of her grandkids, and her grandkids are like the
And her
cutest
mom.
little kids. Like, and they were like so bummed they couldn't be flower girls because it's like mostly girls. I think there's like 2 boys. She has 6 grandkids that live
and
with
they
her.
all look like they're pretty, like relatively same age.
Yeah, they're around. Yeah, they are. They are definitely. I'm like,
I'm like, there's got to be a couple like sets of twins or something.
There
They're
must be.
they're
I don't
all
know.
like, what is that called? Like Irish twins?
Yeah,
Is
or
that what it is?
well,
Like,
that's
when they're
like
really
when
close,
you're
like within a year.
born within a year.
Within a year, yeah.
But like her grandkids were so cute, and they were so bummed like they couldn't go to the wedding because it was going to be in Nigeria. And I don't know, they're just giving her either really good edits or like something. But like
She's good this
she's
season.
like likable this season. It's weird. I never thought I would say that.
And all that work she had done looks pretty good, actually.
I know, she's looking better.
She's looking good.
Yeah, and
She's looking
she's
good.
lost some weight.
Mhm.
She's looking much better. And oh, the other thing that's like she's going through a cancer scare right now. Like
That's true, yeah.
her doctor thinks she may have ovarian cancer.
So sad.
And so like the last episode we just saw her go get her biopsy done. So I don't know, like she's more likable, and I think it's because we're seeing her go through all these like humanizing things.
Yeah,
and
definitely. It's
she's-
like if we didn't see that, I
Right.
would probably still hate her. But
yeah.
now that I'm
for
seeing
sure.
her like going through something that's like legitimately scary
Yeah.
and something that I have
and
witnessed
so
other people
sad
go
too,
through,
like losing a parent. Like
I
they know she's dying, and like
you can see that
It's
her mom is
sad.
like really
Yeah.
holding on for her to come back.
yeah, it's sad. So anyways, we're rooting for you, Michael.
So Michael, Angela.
Sinjin and Tanya, not really anything new other than Sinjin's getting a bad edit from TLC.
Oh yeah.
He's like a loser.
He went to go
He's like a loser.
I love that he went to go for like a interview to be a bartender, and then he's
Comes
like
home
this
wasted.
this
I
pint's
would
on
kill
me,
him.
and then he just
I would
starts
kill
drinking.
him. I would
Like,
kill him.
Rule number 1, Sinjin, don't
Don't
get drunk
at the bar,
at the bar you're
applying
about to
for.
apply to. Please do not
do that after.
do that.
After you're
Go
hired.
home.
Go
Go
hard.
to the bar next door. Go anywhere else. Don't get drunk at that bar. Oh my God, what
Yeah.
a terrible. I was like cringing the entire time,
Yeah.
especially since like you and I are both like have been bartenders
Yeah.
in our lives, and
Oh, and he word vomits and tells the manager
my
like
God.
way too much about his life, and I'm just like, shut up.
and
dude,
that's the
shut
thing is I'm like I
up.
have dealt with I managed a bar, and I would have people come in for interviews, and I've had plenty of them come in wasted. And I've had
go to
people
an
fake
interview
being a
wasted.
bartender, like, oh
Even
yeah.
if it's for a bartender, you don't get to show up.
No, you
wasted.
don't get to be
Because
drunk.
guess what? When you're bartending, you can't be drinking. That's the thing.
And if you like, for me, if I find you drunk, I'm just like, okay, bye.
Yeah.
Don't come back for 2 weeks.
No.
We'll try this again.
No,
And then if
you
not,
can't be wasted serving people.
Oh my God, I dealt with this so many times.
It's not good.
Oh, so many
it's not good. So yeah, they're just whatever, same boat. It's like it's just
fighting with each other.
Who's
He's-
gonna make money?
He's not making
Because
money. she's
she
not making
like
money.
shattered her leg in a car accident, and she's like in a boot and like she can't bartend obviously because she can't even walk. And then the doctor tells her like she's gonna basically have like early onset like terrible arthritis, so like who knows if she'll ever be able to bartend again. And that was like her main
Let's
source
talk about
of
that
income.
though, because when he said I'm gonna have arthritis, he like Sinjin
Oh yeah,
freaked out.
He
He was
did.
like, you said that only people that get arthritis, or he said the only
He
people that get
said we're
arthritis
50.
are like 50 years old.
But this is my thing. I think it was because he was wasted, and he wasn't necessarily like yelling at her. He was just like yelling because he was wasted.
He's just a loud talker when
He
he's
was just
drunk.
like,
You
"Ah!"
said 50.
he He was a mess. And God, like that was another one, like just like Asuelu, like last season, I love Sinjin. I was like, how is this?
Oh yeah.
How
are you gonna marry this
with
monster?
Tanya? Like Tanya is awful. And now this season, I'm like, Sinjin's a loser.
Yeah.
Like,
Sinjin is a loser.
Sinjin's a loser.
I used to hate Tanya. Now I hate Sinjin.
But I still don't like
Still
Tanya.
don't like Tanya. Yeah. Note that I
She
did
is
not
not
say.
redeeming
Now I like.
herself.
Nope. Now I just don't like him.
Okay, so Karini and Paul.
Okay, so first of all, I just want to preface this with we watched today a like 10-minute long every time that Paul runs away.
You guys, you have to watch it. It's a
It's
montage of Paul running. Every time he runs, they start playing like
it's like
and it's just him running like his awkward. He
he's
runs
the weirdest
with
runner.
like his arms like out to the side,
And like it's almost like his feet go.
oh, yeah, they're like
they go out.
out
They go
all of a
like go
sudden.
outwards, and he wears like shoes that are like 20 times the size of his feet. He's like a clown.
He's a rodeo clown
trying to run away from a ball, but he's like really bad at it.
So yeah, we watched that today and we were crying laughing. YouTube it. It's just montage of Paul running. But anyway, so they are in Kentucky and basically Paul's parents have like cut him off completely. Like they like basically like changed the locks to their house and are like peaceful because
Figure it out.
Figure it out. So they're like living in a hotel. I feel so here's the thing.
I love Karini.
I love Karini. I feel bad for her, but now at this point, I'm like, this is a choice. Like, you could have stayed in Brazil with your amazing supportive family.
She's tried to leave
and,
like 14 times, and then she's like, "It's okay, Paul." As soon as he like comes back out from the doghouse, literally.
I mean, it's like I understand like she's living in poverty, but like Paul is just so unstable. Like his emotions and
there's something
there's
not
something
all there.
He
for him.
needs some therapy to deal with like.
Yeah.
Because when he gets overwhelmed, that's when he does the running away thing, and that's when he becomes like completely irrational. It's like I don't know what's going on there, but I feel bad for them. So next couple, Colt and Larissa, who are my favorite. Well, not Colt. I don't like Colt, but I love Larissa. I love me some Larissa.
I like Larissa too.
Larissa is
she's super honest.
She's so honest. When she went on that blind date with that guy,
God.
and he's like, "So what qualities are you looking for in a man?" And she's like, "Citizenship."
Maybe. She's honest. And then they cut to him and he's like, I would definitely go on another date with her. I think that she's got all the qualities I'm looking for. And I was like, oh, a citizenship
but
is like
the
all
guy
you got
that
to
she
offer.
goes on a blind date with shows up with a gift bag and a card. That is weird. Bring the girl flowers. Like he brought her a bottle of champagne, and I guess the card was cute. It was like, so drink this to either be celebrating a good date or drink it to forget. Like witty. It's cute, but like it's weird.
I wouldn't be doing that.
Just flowers is fine.
Exactly.
Like if you want to bring a gift, flowers is fine. Not a gift bag and a card. A card, I don't know.
If you're gonna go all out, then buy me a fucking necklace.
Buy me
How
some
about
diamonds.
Can I have some like precious gemstones?
So anyway, Colt's like seeing this new girl, Jess, who's also Brazilian. She's like 21 years old. She's here on an au pair visa, and she's living in Chicago. So he like goes to see her. Colt is super creepy, controlling. He's awful. When he dances, I like vomited in my mouth a little bit. Like, what was that? I don't even know. Don't do it. He talks way too much about his sex life. Don't want to hear it. Like, who is having sex with Colt? I don't even. Why?
And she's cute too.
She is. She's really adorable. Cute. And I'm like, this has to be to get on TLC. I don't know. I just can't see that she's like truly interested in this guy. I don't know, because he's just such a weirdo, and he's controlling and like manipulative, and he won't like let her hang out with her friends when he's there. And it's just, I just didn't like it. It was just nasty, all around bad vibe. Larissa is living her best life, like going to get like that pulse. thing to make her muscles.
I want to do that kind of. She said she likes the pain.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh, girl, I might like the pain too then. I'll try it.
She calls Jess, and we saw, like, she was, like, trying to warn Jess about Colt and all of that, and Jess was just like, oh, I think Colt's a really nice guy, and blah, 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 and Larissa's like, he's gonna screw you over just like he did to me, and so I don't know. Colt's supposed to go to Brazil. Mother Debbie is supposed to go with him.
Okay,
which is
so
hilarious.
That's what I was gonna say, is that during that conversation with Jess that Larissa has, she goes, have you met Debbie? And Jess says no. And she goes, well, Debbie is she's a demon.
Yeah, she's a demon.
She's a demon. And my favorite part is that as soon as they cut away from that, they show like a preview of like the next or the next episode, and it's like Debbie complaining the entire time that they're over there. I was like, this is perfect. I'm more excited to watch that episode than I was to watch this episode, because seriously, like, I just love mess. I want to see all of the mess happen.
Like, I'm glad.
God, I'm so excited.
So, and then Larissa had like an immigration, what am I trying to say? At court.
Oh, here she had
like an immigration hearing on her, like, on her the status of her immigration. So we'll see what happens with that. If she gets deported. She brought her friend along, and she was like, if I get thrown in jail or I have to be deported, here's my lawyer's number. And her friend was like,
I thought I was just taking you to a thing to sign paper.
Right. She was like, I didn't realize it was that serious, but holy crap, now I'm scared for you. So,
oh my God.
God, I love Larissa. So anyways,
wait to find out what happens.
All right, let's talk 90 Day before the 90 days, because we are running out of time.
Yes, we are. We got like 20 minutes.
All right, so Tim and Melissa, they're the new couple we didn't get to talk about. So Tim's 31, Melissa, I believe, is in her 20s still, or like late 20s. They met in well, he was bartending in college, and like met her at the bar that he like bartended at. And so they're a couple that have actually met. They've had an actual relationship. It has been long distance the whole time. They haven't been living together. They'd never lived together, but she's now back in Colombia, and he's in Texas, and he's preparing to move to Colombia to go be with her. We don't know much about their relationship other than he had cheated on her. Okay. And all of his friends are super pissed at him for cheating on her, which makes me think that she's amazing.
They literally say, like, I met her, I had a connection with her.
Yeah, like
I'm mad at him for doing this to
friends
her.
Were so on her side. It was remarkable.
It was so weird because they only met her a couple of times.
And you never see that on 90 Day. Like, usually 90 Day, the friends hate or are indifferent to the other person. But these people were like, Melissa's the best. Like, we love her. We're mad at you for cheating on her. Like, I want to punch you in the face for her. That's what one of his friends actually said. So she must be a super cool chick. She's got to be. She's got to be super cool.
She seems cool as fuck to
me.
We haven't really.
Oh
yeah, she's gorgeous.
She's gorgeous.
We haven't really seen much of her though, like as far as like letting her talk about anything. We haven't seen anything.
Like video calls.
Yeah, exactly.
Like we haven't seen her at all. So
I'm
we won't really be able to form an opinion until we see them in Colombia together. But shame on him for cheating on her, because she's a gorgeous little girl. Okay, Jihoon and Devin. I just wrote, this was my note. Shit show.
The entire thing is a shit show. It's been a shit show. So let's see. It starts off with she's already there with her mother. She is in Korea, and they are getting ready to go.
She brings her mom, who is awful.
They're getting ready to go to their first apartment that she rented for 1 month. And then he's supposed to take over. We talked about that the last time.
Because
he was
concerned can't get his shit together.
Yeah, he can't get his shit together. So we go ahead and like we watch them, and her mom is like swearing in the car. Where the fuck are we going?
Yeah. And Jihoon said something really funny. He's like, I'm glad my mom doesn't know the F word yet.
Yeah. Because this girl is just
she's just like
off, like
yelling.
Going off. And this is our first time meeting his parents, so they're already married. So it's like, this is probably not the best first impression. And so they get to this area where the apartment is, and it's very clear that it's not in a good area. It's not in a place that they would consider completely like, you know, safe to live in. And let's see, like she is like, just let's get inside. I just want to get the kids inside, because they're standing outside basically yelling at each other. It's like, I can't believe that she's even having this. Her mom should have just shut the fuck up. So Ji-hoon and her go inside, and she's like, okay, so first of all, there's no kitchen. There's like, it's like a refrigerator and a microwave, and then there's no stove, there's no oven, there's nothing like that. She said that there was only enough room for her, or there wasn't even enough room for her to bring her luggage in. This place is tiny, tiny. So
I think they were more concerned about the neighborhood that it was in. Like, I guess it's not a very good area.
Yeah,
safe,
it wasn't
a very safe area of Korea.
It wasn't.
I don't know. Like, here's my thing. Like, in Ji-hoon's defense, Devin's pregnancy was a mistake. They got pregnant on the first time they ever met. And it's like he didn't start this relationship, and neither did she, in her defense too, to like get pregnant and like start a family. So of course he's not like ready for that. But I guess I feel bad saying that though too, because a woman has to be like, they don't have
she doesn't have a choice.
Like, she has to step up.
But the thing is that he went back to Korea, and he could have been like, fuck you.
Right.
And he didn't.
Right.
He ended up being like, okay, let's try and make this work.
I guess, but then it's like, why bring in an income? Like, she's leaving,
he's not trying hard enough.
Right,
I agree with you.
Like, she's leaving her life, and like,
he is not trying hard enough.
But I don't understand either.
He
like,
does seem like he's in love with her. Like, he wants to be with her. He does say, like, she asks him, why do you keep lying to me? And he says, because I really wanted you to come here.
And then like,
not making it okay.
Here's another thing that doesn't make sense to me is, if Devin was the one with the good job, like she said she was like leaving a career, she called it a career. I'm like, why are you trying to get the 90-day for him? Like, why are you going to Korea?
But I thought it was because he couldn't, because of
you're right. You're right.
He couldn't come to America because he has a criminal history, and it's harder for them to come.
He was selling stolen cell phones. Yeah. So yeah, that makes sense.
And he had like a $20,000 fine or something like that.
Yeah, that he's not finished paying off, and that's why he's broke still.
Right.
Is he still paying that off?
They're garnishing his wages.
Yeah. Basically. So, oh shit.
Yeah.
That is messy.
That is messy as hell.
I don't know.
They should at least try, because it's not a guaranteed he can't come. It's just harder. They should at least try.
But once he has it paid off.
Once it's paid off, I'm sure it'll be fine.
And maybe maybe that's the plan. Who knows? But we know she ends up staying, because remember when they were first introduced, it was Devin, and it was like,
during Coronavirus.
Yeah, and it was during the pandemic, and she was like, all of Korea is shut down right now. I'm so scared. I don't know what to do. And then it's like 7 months earlier.
Right.
So we know that she ends up staying.
So all of this is like definitely filmed months ago, which we already knew, because we've seen, spoiler things about some of the couples, which we won't spoil for you guys currently, but we've seen some spoiler things, and so we knew that some of these people, they work out or they don't work out.
Right.
That was a little bit shocking though, because TLC has actually done a really good job of keeping a lot of this stuff under wraps.
Yeah,
and I'm sure that they have like non-disclosure NDAs, agreements and stuff that they have to do, which makes sense.
But they have to have that.
Right. But a lot of people end up actually spilling the tea a little bit early, you know.
So, all right, next couple real quick. Kenneth and Armando, we still haven't seen them together yet. All we saw was like Armando this past episode, like saying goodbye to his family, because he's moving 4 hours away. He's leaving Hannah, his daughter, there until they get settled, and then he's gonna pick her up and bring her back. The only thing that I have to say here, I mean, it was super emotional and sad, obviously, but his dad didn't come say goodbye to him. And
that was really sad.
That was sad, because Armando was like, obviously this is like a statement him saying he's not supporting what I'm doing. So I don't know.
And personally, I'm a little bit skeptical about that. I think that sometimes it just takes a little bit longer, and like, don't give up on your parents if you're in that kind of situation, because his dad openly said to him before, I'm your father.
I love you. You're my
son. I love you. You're my son.
Right.
And so, just because he didn't show up for that one particular moment,
right,
doesn't mean that he doesn't support him at all. It's just some people have a really hard time coming to full terms with that. And so plus he just needs to give him a little bit of time.
Plus you have to remember, like, Armando, in his own words, said that like the Mexican culture is like a macho man culture. Exactly. Like they don't accept gays. So it makes sense that his dad may need some time to like process what's going on.
I think that his dad will come around.
Yeah, I really definitely though do too, because his reaction to him was so sweet, like holding his hand, and
his entire family was very, very like very kind sweet. And loving. And I think that yes, they might have a little bit of an issue with it, but they will come around.
I think they're gonna come around. I hope
do too.
so.
I hope so too. We love you guys, and we really, really, really hope it does.
Yeah, I love them so much. Okay. Jenny and Sumit, nothing new. Jenny is asking for divorce papers. That's it.
Sumit is saying that, it takes a really long time to get those papers, and he offers for her to come to the courthouse to actually try and get some of the papers so she can see exactly how hard it is, because the divorce is not finalized. We did see a clip from the next episode where his friend states that he's been trying for 4 years to be completely separated, and Jenny obviously reacts to that. But I feel like Sumit is telling the truth.
I honestly believe he's telling the truth this time, and I don't know why. Like, either he's a master manipulator.
If he's not, I will be shocked.
Yeah, like if he's not telling the truth, I would be shocked, because I actually kind of believe it. Like, I believe that it would be hard, because it's like an arranged, like it's not just like in the United States where it's like, yes, it's legal and there's paperwork that has to be done, but like families are
arranged marriages
and money needs to be paid back. And it's also in a
country where people don't really get divorced.
Right.
So it's harder for them to do that. Where here you can probably get divorced in 6 months.
Right.
Over there it's a little bit more of a process. And I feel like she doesn't have anything to worry about, like as far as whether or not he's actually getting divorced.
Yeah.
But I do feel for her that, this might be a long process that she wasn't exactly ready for. And I hate to say it, but she's an older woman. And if it takes 4 years or something, a lot can happen in 4 years.
Like, I'm sorry, like, he lied to you the first time around, and you decided that you were going to come back. So
without seeing the paperwork.
So,
which your family asked you to get the paperwork.
Dumb on
you. If it's not true, then I'll be shocked, but I'll also be like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
And if it is true, then I'll be like, yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
But there might be more to that story. So we'll see.
All right, last couple, Ari and Binyam. Binyam is so sweet.
He's a really cute.
I freaking love him. Like, he was so appreciative to the fact that, like, Ari was moving over there. Like, he was like, it's a gift. It's a gift that she's
giving up
over
so
here.
much
like,
for me.
She's giving up her life in America. Like, I loved how grateful he was and how much he understood, like, what she's giving up to, like, go be in Ethiopia. So I loved that. Their reunion was super sweet. Like, she was just so happy to see him and be with him. And then they get in the car and she kind of starts like having like a panic attack. And listen, I get it. Like, you were on a plane for 24 hours. I'm not good with travel and sleep deprivation either.
She's pregnant.
And she's pregnant. So I'm sure her hormones are nutso-butso right now. So, like, I do not fault her for any of that. Like, I'm sure I'd be having like such a wide range of emotions. Like, you just left your entire life in America. You're going to be with a man who you have not spent a ton of time with. You're about to have a baby. Like, I get it. Like, I do not fault her for any of that.
No.
Like, totally understandable right there. So Binyam like finds her mom must be staying at a hotel or something, because she's not staying with them.
She's not there, yeah.
So Binyam gets them an apartment, and actually like not
It's
terrible.
not bad. It's
I
not a
didn't think
bad
it was
apartment.
terrible.
It's
I mean,
not the best.
the bathroom
but you're in
was shady.
Ethiopia.
Like there was no like toilet seat on the toilet, so it was just like a bowl. Like if I was a pregnant woman, that would probably. I mean, as like a woman, that freaks me out. But like if I was pregnant, I think that would like majorly freak me out. Because imagine like trying to hover over a bowl.
Being
when you're like pregnant, 9 months pregnant, hovering.
Oh no!
Hell no!
On the ground.
Yeah, no. So
oh hell no!
Oh hell no! So, anyways, like
I'm toting a baby.
I'm toting a baby. God damn it. So I feel bad. Like I get it. Like the apartment's not American standards at all, but like. You knew that going in. Like
you're not living in America.
You're not living in America anymore. You're living in Ethiopia, and I didn't think the apartment was that terrible.
It really wasn't.
Even by American standards.
He like dressed it up a little bit for her.
Yeah, like
and made it like
the
all
bed
like,
was fine. Like it was fine.
It was so sad.
I don't
to me.
know.
She freaks out. She hates it. She straight up is just like, I hate it. And
She was like, this is awful.
I feel so bad for him.
And he felt bad about it. He felt bad about it. But at the same time, like I said, I'll just go back to the fact she had been traveling for 24 hours and she's pregnant. Like, I'm not faulting her for that. I'm not going to say that she's a little brat for that because let me tell you, I probably would have been
traveling 24 hours.
I probably would have been way
scared to see someone for the first time in months. Yeah, I would have been too.
Like, I think I would have been a little hellion, like, truly. So I really don't fault her for that. So we're gonna see. I'm not gonna pass judgment on her yet.
I did see that in the like preview for the next week that her mom says that she's not comfortable with her having a baby there. So I am curious to see what happens with that.
And I wonder again, here's another situation. Why can't he go to the United States?
Yeah, there's gotta be something there.
I don't know. Like, is it because like is his divorce finalized because he was married before, so like
to another American woman,
to another
and he has a child,
so is it something to do with that, or like I don't even know, but it just doesn't make sense to me like why he wouldn't come to America, especially when you're having a baby.
I'm gonna look into it and I'm gonna let you guys know because I'm gonna look into that,
or you guys look into it and let us know,
or let us
even
know.
Better.
Yep, I agree with that. We'll take your free research, please.
I'm sick of looking shit up for you guys. You do it.
Not that it's our job or anything.
I know, all right. Not
that we're supposed to know more than you guys, but we're seriously like we watch it right before.
Don't tell them.
It literally airs Monday and we're on Tuesday.
I know. It's hard. Like,
it's hard.
I watch it twice.
I do too.
In between, but it is hard. Like, because before when we were doing it, it aired on Sundays.
So we had we had 2
we're 2 days. 2 days to watch it.
Watch
and, like,
it
a few times.
Make some notes.
Right.
Now it's like airs
boom,
Monday.
Boom.
I have my other podcast on Monday, and I'm just like, well, now I'm drunk, so I'm not gonna watch it. I'm just gonna go to sleep, or I'm gonna sit up and keep drinking.
Totally.
So I have to watch it Tuesday morning.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Oh well.
You guys get what you get. You love it. Keep watching.
You're the one watching.
Yeah. It's you, not us.
You're enabling this behavior.
But please keep doing
that.
But
please keep doing it.
Keep doing it.
Because we like
go into panic mode.
Yeah.
Like, please. I'm excited to see what's happening in next episode. The actual
I can't wait
preview.
to see like the Armando and Kenneth like real life reunion. Like I'm excited about that.
I want to see more about Brittany.
Oh my God! Yes, she wasn't on that episode.
She wasn't on this episode.
She
That's why we didn't talk about it.
But apparently, she goes. Oh my God! There's like a sneak peek for next week, and she has the hijab on, and she's meeting his family, and apparently, there's like some huge explosive blowout, like
some big mess
happens.
I
am so excited.
Me too. I cannot wait. So you guys have to watch with us.
I cannot wait because you know that's gonna be shady. That's gonna be shady as hell.
He says like, "Oh, my parents think that you're being disrespectful."
And his mom starts yelling something too.
I'm so excited. I know it's terrible, but I'm so excited to watch it.
This is why we watch.
This is what I watch for. I love watching all the mess.
Yeah, I don't watch for like boringness.
This is how we got our name, Trash Pandas. Right. Trash TV.
Trash TV, man.
All right, do we have another couple or are we good?
We're all good actually.
Woo!
So
We actually finished within our time, and
oh
I was
my
concerned
gosh,
about
I was
that.
super concerned
So
about it.
thank you
too.
guys all for watching, and we'll be
Yeah.
on next Tuesday. Make sure you watch your 90 Day Fiancé, all of the different varieties. And if there is something that you are watching that you want us to watch, whether it's trashy or it's trending, please let us know. Comment. We will look through them. We'll watch some
Message us.
stuff. Message us. Shoot us an email. I don't know. Hit me up in my DMs, but don't send me naked pics. Unless it's titties. You can send me titties.
No dick pics.
No dick pics. But send us some stuff. Let us know what you're watching. We'll watch with you, and we'll do our little commentary on it.
Yay! Cheers!
Cheers! Thanks so much for watching.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.